Today's episode is brought to you by bidonplants.com.
Welcome inside my grow room. This is inside my production barn. Got a pretty nice setup in here, guys, and I wanted to get right into the video. There are 4 keys to growing indoors, for me anyways. 1 is light, 2 is temperature, 3 is moisture, and 4 is soil or your medium you're growing in. And I'm just going to cover those real briefly here. 1, we're going to go back to light. Right now I'm using wide spectrum bulbs to replicate the sunshine. So they're 48 inches, 40 watt grow bulbs, which are fluorescent tubes. The fixtures just was something that I bought at Walmart. They're pretty cheap there. I want to say around 10 bucks a piece. So get those on the cheap and then spend up for your bulbs. It's really helpful. And you can see how bright it is in here. So the plants are loving it. They're green, thriving. And right now it's May in northern Ohio, so weather's starting to break. I'll be able to move those plants out to a cold frame where they're going to grow for a couple more months, and then we'll go ahead and get them planted out in the beds or shipped out to our customers. So moving on to number 2 is temperature. Temperature between 70 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, or 21 to 27 degrees Celsius. You want to keep that at that level. This is replicating spring or summer for these plants, and you don't want it to get any cooler. Really don't want to get any hotter because of dry out possibilities, but that's kind of the perfect temperature for growing plants indoors. If you're asking about how my grow room's set up, I've got actual walls with studs. I've got it insulated inside and between the studs, and then I do have about 12 inches of insulation above the ceiling, which keeps it really nice throughout the year. Summer I do have an air conditioner I put in here, and then in the winter I do have a space heater, electric space heater, and that way I can control the temperature inside the grow room. All right, so number 3 is going to be moisture. Moisture is always key, especially in young seedlings. We're using drip trays or drip pans below the trays, so that catches some of the extra water. If we miss a day of watering, they can the seedlings won't dry out. They've got a little bit of the moisture down below, so that always helps. Highly recommend that. And those are also pretty on the cheap. eBay has them. Amazon, you can find those anywhere. I think we get, I want to say 25 to 50 trays for around 15 bucks or so, but they last forever. So really good to have those in place. They help me out when I can't make it. I've got other things going on, and it always keeps a little basin of water down below. So that is number 3. Number 4, it's going to be soil or the medium that you're growing in. So this is a little process that's taken us some years to kind of figure out what's the best growing medium. And I tell you what, it does fluctuate with the type of plants that you're growing. But for the most part, adding perlite and having well-drained soil works with a lot of plants. So not a lot of seedlings that like to sit in water. I will tell you the daylily seedlings, got 4 trays of daylily seedlings up here, and they can sit in water no problem. But you got other plants that really don't like the extra water. They like a lot of drainage. So what we use is a Pro Mix. Mainly is what we use right now. We do use Roots Organic as well. Roots Organic comes hot sometimes. You got to be careful burning out a seedling. It's got a lot of good stuff in them, a lot of good stuff in the soil. So a lot of additives there, but Roots Organic works really good too. But we always add, the key is always adding extra perlite. So I take this ratio. I take a gallon of whatever potting mix you guys have. In this case Pro Mix or the Ritz Organic, and then add another whole gallon of the perlite to that mixture. So, and then we just kind of mix that together, and you can see the top of these seedlings here, we got a lot of perlite showing up, but it's key. It helps our growth. One thing we are trying new this year is a tray called Root Maker. I understand this is supposed to be like a game changer, so maybe down the road I will be having a video about the root maker. I've just got to see how it works for me, and then I can go ahead and comment on a video for you guys. So it's a little bit about our grow room. Those are the 4 main keys that we have here. So hopefully this helps you guys out, and you can get an idea of what it's going to take to start your grow room. You know, what we have in front of us right here, we're growing a little bit of, we've got some cuttings of willow trees, the curly willows, which are really great. I've got, I said, 4 trays of the daylily seedlings. We also have some sprouting in front of us. We've got the Ziploc bags down below. There's actually daylily sprouts coming up from seeds here a couple weeks in, and a lot of those are ready to be transplanted into the trays. But if you're new to the channel, you've not seen how we start our seeds, you can see right here, this is how we're doing it still, and it works out great for us. Some people say, well, why would you want to interrupt the seed after it's sprouted, plant it into soil? Why would you want to do that? I've had a lot of those questions. I think it's time for another Q&A session, actually, for a video here coming up real soon. But you know, I kind of did the side-by-side comparison of just planting seeds in a tray and letting them grow naturally, and then and starting the sprouts at the same time. And I can tell you, it does not affect. And a matter of fact, the sprouts get off to better starts than just planting the seed directly into the soil. A lot of people like to use peat pots. I am not a fan of peat pots for drainage purposes. Those peat pots keep a lot of the moisture in, and it causes a lot of different seeds to rot out. So I'm not a huge fan of the peat pots, and that's why. So yeah, we've got a little bit of cotton candy grass out in front here as well. A couple trays of that. It's doing really well here inside our grow room. And like I said, it is May here in Northern Ohio. We're going to go ahead and get these put out into our cold frame here real shortly. So if you guys have any questions, please leave your comments down below. I've got a couple of cool links for you guys, including bidonplants.com, a new website coming out there. No listing fees. It's going to be great for interactions in the plant community. So special thanks to those guys in sponsoring this video for me. And like I said, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, comment down below, share the video, and make sure you're stopping back soon because we have a lot of cool videos coming up for you guys. So thanks again. We'll see you in the next video.